try it again.
Here we go.
Get my Doc Watson. You know, we're from North Carolina here. We got to get our Doc Watson on.
Yeah, Doc Watson.
Deep River Blues there from Doc Watson's gone to be with the Lord now.
Yeah,
but
what inspiration he gave to millions.
Yeah, certainly to me there.
Yeah, we saw him in the mountains of North Carolina, and he was amazing.
In Todd, North Carolina.
Yeah, Todd, North Carolina. It was pouring down rain, and they walked around with garbage bags to give people to put over them so they could stand the rain. And it poured down, and all of a sudden the rain went away, and the skies opened up, and they were blue and beautiful.
Beautiful music up in the bluegrass mountains there. Wonderful.
North Carolina.
Yep. Yeah, so nice, so beautiful.
That was wonderful.
Well, welcome. Good to see you all.
Yeah. Today is November the 27th. It's Sunday afternoon.
Hey, yep, sure enough. And we are Pete's Bee Skeps.
And Carolina Cross Stitcher, and this is FlossTube number 8.
Yes.
We are happy to be here.
And happy for you to be here too. If you're watching us, thank you for tuning us in. And please subscribe and like us if you like, please. And for those who are newcomers, hopefully you'll come back. And we've got some neat stuff to show you today.
We got a lot to show you today. We've got FOs, FFOs, whips, plans, haul, Happy Meal.
Yep. I got a face that doesn't look like Frankenstein after a few days ago when I took a tumble in the driveway there.
In the garage.
Yeah, I have a nice big shiner on my head and a big egg and a couple of black eyes and everything. So
he looks amazing compared to what he looked like last Monday before last.
That's right. The children don't run away from me screaming for their mothers anymore. At least not for my face, anyway.
We actually called our care group and told them that we didn't want the kids to be afraid when we came over because we were heading over that Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Peter had a huge egg and his eyes were just black.
I'm such a klutz. I don't mess up too many times, but when I do, I don't mess around. I tell you what.
So. Well, welcome. We welcome, and like Peter said, we love spending time with you. It's been a while since we've been here. Sorry we haven't been back sooner, but with the holidays and everything, we had a wonderful Thanksgiving spent with family.
Did. Yeah, a great time. Of course, ate way too much always. Then we make the fatal promise that we're going to go ahead and start to reduce now.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Oh, such good food and rich. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We went over to my niece and my nephew and niece and their family over in Chapel Hill, and their beautiful home and with their children and all their family, and we made a sweet potato pudding that was so rich.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. 2 sticks of butter, heavy cream, and all kinds of good spices.
Every French chef in the world would have been proud of us.
Light as a feather. And turkey and ham and just the good company. It was so nice. We hope y'all had a wonderful holiday too.
Yes, wonderful and safe holiday.
Yeah. We had some really nice comments. We love your comments, and we hope you will keep on commenting.
Thank you.
Like Peter said, like and subscribe. The more likes we get, and the more subscribers we get, the more we get pushed up in the feed for folks, and the more people will know we're out here. So anyway, we'd love for you to do that. Some comments. We had so many nice, lovely, kind comments, and we really do appreciate them.
Thank you.
One of Merritt Crawford, she commented, she is so just because Buzz on Instagram, and I want you to know she is the reason that we got started making bee Skeps.
Yeah,
because
about that,
she saw I had posted, and we'll find that picture and put it here. But we had I had posted that on Instagram. I wasn't a big poster, but I had posted this. Peter had made me a dough bowl, a bee Skep, and an orc container. I think it was
so far back I can't hardly remember back that far.
August or September, something like that. But anyway, I posted it, and she commented on it and said, "Oh, she loves that. She loved it so much. Her dad was a woodworker," and she asked if we were selling them, and I said, "Well, we haven't." But, you know, do you think people would like them? And she said, yes, I do. So we started putting them out there. And so, Merritt, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Merritt.
if you're watching, I tell you, you have really been such an inspiration to us, and we thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, and Jan from Florida, Florida, USA, she commented and wanted to know the measurements of the quilt blocks that we showed in the last video of the squirrel. And I did comment on your comment, Jan, but I didn't know if you saw it. So if you're watching now, the actual squirrels were 5.5-inch finished. So the little squirrel blocks that were placed throughout. And then the smaller blocks, the smaller squares were 3.5 inches, and the split rail block was 3.5 by 5.5. That makes up the quilt. If you want me to send you a picture, I'd love to do that. Be happy to do that. Also, the border was a 5.5-inch finished miter border. And that was my first border, and it was mitered. What do you think about that? Well, anyway, we didn't put a quilt behind, but we do have one to show you. It's a small wall hanging. And this was actually the company that I worked for. There was a sweet lady there that volunteered with an animal rescue. It was a cat called Cat Angels over in Cary. And she was instrumental in doing an auction every year. It was a silent auction, and then she had they had a live auction too. And I always made a quilt for her auction so they could raise money to try to help rescue the cats, all these cats. And so this one year we went to the auction, I had made a quilt, and it was kind of a crazy quilt. I didn't have a pattern. I had
Good name for it, crazy quilt.
Yeah, I named it Flutterbys. I don't know if you can see that, Flutterbys, and it was in 2014. But anyway, I had seen it on Pinterest. I had seen it, yes, and so I didn't have a pattern, but I thought, well, I'm going to try it. It's black and white, and these are all 2-inch squares, finished 1.5 inch, all the way across black and white. And then I did the applique of the kitty cat. I used to have a cat. His name was Simon. He was black, and he had big green eyes like this. So this reminds me so much of Simon. And then his little tail right here. And then I did a little butterfly up here that he's watching the butterfly. But anyway, I pieced this quilt, and it had none of this visual effect. Okay, like the one that I had seen on Pinterest. I couldn't figure out what in the world was the difference. And I kept looking at the picture, and I noticed that the lines that were in between the rows of white and black check was darker. And I thought, well, maybe I could, do something with that. So I did a real small zigzag in gray in between each line, and that made this visual 3D effect. So anyway, we put it in the auction, and Peter bid on it.
And I won.
On our quilt. And he kept bidding and bidding, and we won. Or he won. So it was kind of neat.
I wanted this quilt. I didn't want to give it away. It's such a strange effect like this, but these are all, when you look at it sideways like this, you can see just these regular squares are all the same.
Perfectly
but
the same.
With those horizontal lines in there, it gives it that wacky look, makes it look crazy.
It makes your eyes go, woo!
And it made me spend all kinds of money on this.
And the back is just done
for a good cause.
A red and white stripe, swirl, kind of.
Yeah.
So you can see where the butterfly was appliqued on here.
Yeah.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Beautiful little quilt. Yeah.
We got it hanging in our breakfast nook.
Yep.
So, y'all excuse me for just a minute.
Kathy's crazy quilt there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Love it. It's beautiful.
I like to see things and then just try to imitate, if possible. Even if you don't have a pattern, just, let your creativity flow.
That's right.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you my book of days. I've got a lot to show you, and I hope I don't manipulate the time.
Manipulate. That's another Kathyism. You heard on America. Look that up. See if you can find that in Webster's dictionary. We're going to manipulate our time here.
We alive.
Public school.
I actually did great in school.
You did.
I did.
Especially word creativity of that.
English. I was really English. Yeah.
You're a poor teacher. All right.
so here's November. I've been stitching every day. I hadn't filled in Sunday yet. Yeah, so I need to do that yesterday and today. Well, I hadn't stitched today yet. That's going to be probably filled in with FlossTube. And we had a lot of fun. Yeah. But I've got 2 FFOs. I'm so excited.
I've got 3.
Oh, look at you.
So anyway, you first.
No, you go. I've been talking. You go.
Okay. All right. Well, I showed you this bowl last time. It was on my, what I refer to as a hockey puck. I attach it to the lathe. But this is my little spalted oak bowl that I finished. It's a little square bowl. You can see where that knot went right through there. It was pretty neat there.
We need to show a picture of it here, what it looked like before.
Okay, yeah, we'll put a picture right up here as well too, so you can see that. But just round it off, just a plain bowl. But I left because Kathy said, let's make a square bowl, and so I did. And but it's not what she was talking about, as our conversations so often go. What she meant was a square bowl such as this. I happen to have another piece of this. And here we go. That's what she wanted. That's what she meant by a square all the way down.
All this grain, this spaltedness here. I just think that's so beautiful.
Yeah, spalted oak is absolutely beautiful. You better look at it down there. Of course, the bee skips upside down there. There we go. We don't want to misrepresent ourselves here.
You still have to finish the bottom, though.
Oh yeah, I got to finish the bottom. So I guess this isn't really an FFO, but if she hadn't said that, you may have never even would have known it. But thank you. Anyway.
Sorry.
Here we go. So we got these 2. They basically came out of the same tree that I got the spalted oak from. But it's nice work. I mean, beautiful wood. It finishes up nice with a little bit of teak oil there. I mean, tung oil.
This is just so amazing how you get all that dark in there.
Isn't that nice? That's that spalting.
And this is natural.
Yeah, all natural. Yeah. So, yeah. And
beautiful.
I didn't know what you'd put in it there, but I could make a little lid for it. I guess it would be a really big ord holder or something, or it could just go like that.
Put keys or earrings or change or candy.
I guess the same thing with this one. It's not really that big of a deep of a bowl, but it's kind of neat little shape there. And
this one has that in it too.
It's got a little from the vein of the wood there. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, that's where part of the root of the was separated or split or something like that. But anyway, all has been treated and nothing's going to separate from. And the other FFO that I've got is, I actually showed you the last time, but it wasn't finished because the bottom wasn't finished. And this is my little, which Kathy referred to as my Greek bowl. Maybe I'll call this one Athena. But this is the one with mahogany and a maple that didn't turn out good initially. But it finished up actually pretty nice here on here, and then on the sides, of course, I just painted it with that accent black. This is India black ink, and then I finished off the bottom with a nice finish as well too, and whatnot there. So this is a fully finished. Yeah, the mahogany comes out absolutely stunning. It's a pretty little bowl. And I had a lot of fun making it. I want to do some more like this, and pretty much like my oak bowl last month, or the last time we did this, I had the hole in the side.
I'm going to show a picture
of that. Kathy's going to tell you about what happened with that. But I'm thinking that something like this, it might be kind of a neat idea for those who are knitters. They could put several bowls of their thread in here. They could have different colors coming out each doorway there.
Yeah,
and do something like that.
Ooh, get confused. But, matter of fact, we might as well go ahead and share it.
Might as well.
Nina knits a lot.
Knits a lot.
Hi, Nina. She's the one that she had ordered a skep from us before, a beautiful maple skep, and then she had also ordered the bowl that Peter did and showed y'all last FlossTube that had the natural hole, and that he did with the
accent on it and
black
paint on it.
Yeah, it had texturizing and all that in it.
Texturizing.
So she bought that, and unbeknownst to us, she was going to use it for her knitting. And I asked her if it was okay to share this, and she said it would be fine. So you can see where the yarn comes out.
Thank you, Nina.
I just think that's so
I love to see pictures of people using these things. That
I don't know if I can make that bigger.
There you go. Stretch that puppy out. Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. How that reflection is going to show up, we'll see.
And her beautiful knitting. Oh, I would love to do that. Look at this knitting.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to see that when she's finished. I bet it's going to be pretty.
Too. That is beautiful.
Nice work.
I tried knitting. I just couldn't get the hang of it.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank
You're so
you,
kind.
Nina,
Thank you
for
sending
sharing
that to us.
with us and all your kindness.
Yes, the kind words. Yeah.
Kind words. There's so many kind people in this community.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty.
I have 2 finishes. Yay!
Nice.
I got so excited doing these. The first one is All Joys for Thine, Blackbird design. So many people have done this, and first time I saw this chart, I said, I have to do it. And I ordered it. I ordered it with the floss, all the called for floss, and the fabric, I think, if I remember correctly. It was done on 32 count Heartland by Picture This Plus with called for floss. And I started it back in May of last year, and finished it in February, but not fully finished. And we told y'all a couple of weeks ago that we had been to Michael's and had gotten some frames that they call oops frames, and that no matter what size, they were all $8. So we picked this one up, and I thought that's going to fit nicely, and I think it just fits beautifully. Peter actually cut it down. It was a little too tall.
Yes, a little too tall. So
the width was perfect, but the length, no, the height was too much. So Peter cut it down. Yeah. And I think it just turned out beautiful. I don't know if you can see. There's some texture going around the frame.
Actually, it's a joint FFO there now.
Yeah, I love the joint FFOs. And he cut the fiber foam core board for me as well, and I tried my hand at doing this.
all stitched up there.
I forget what you call it. Lacing.
Lacing, yeah.
Lacing. So I had fun doing that day before yesterday, and I thought I'd show y'all that first. I watched the tutorial on FlossTube. There's not too many things you can't find tutorials on.
No.
FlossTube.
But that frame color looks so good with the colors and the material you use there.
I think it really brings out all the caramel. And I did make a mistake in this. I don't know if I should tell you or not, but
she just did.
Yeah, but I'm not telling them what it is yet. Should I tell them or just not worry about it?
No, let them guess.
I just kind of keep working until, if I can get it to fit in, especially if I've got a large motif, that I would have to frog, then I'll just try to make it work. And I made it work. I think it's fine.
She did good. Yep, another one for the wall. Yay, we're filling it up.
Yay.
Nice.
So we're going to put this along with our other 2 on our wall over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then this. See what y'all think about this. You might think I'm absolutely nutso.
Yeah.
This is Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Matthews. It's a beautiful chart. Just beautiful. And these were all Weeks Dye Works flosses. I love the pumpkins. I knew, right off that I would not do the All Hallows Eve down there, that I wanted to rechart it. And so I did. And I didn't do the birds in there. I recharted it, and I just did it in Excel. I didn't know how else to do it. And I don't know if you can see this. I wanted to say, in all things, give thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of like, might never see it. But anyway, you'll see it in just a second here.
Yeah. And one thing, too, about this, I wanted to tell you, if you're stitching on a piece of fabric where you have to have 2 strands, you're going to need a lot more floss than is indicated in the chart. And I didn't realize that until I started running out of floss. But I found from Forbidden Fiber Company, they had a floss conversion to theirs, and their floss was the same as the Weeks Dye Works as far as yardage. So I went by theirs and got, what was equal in the Weeks Dye Works. So I needed 2 of 5 of the flosses, and I needed 5 of the gunmetal, because there's a lot of gunmetal in there. So if you're getting ready to start to stitch this, I'll let you, let me know, and I'll let you know what you need if you're using 2 strands. Now,
load up on that floss.
Even if you're using 1 strand, then you're probably going to need more of the gunmetal. Yeah. So anyway, this is my first, drum roll or drum. This is my first attempt at making a drum.
Nice.
And it says, see, it says, 1 Thessalonians 5:18, in all things, give thanks. And that's appropriate for this time of year.
And if you remember her quilt from last week, get a load of the top of this thing. Ta-da! There's old Pete the squirrel again.
So, I had 4 of the squares left, the 5.5-inch squares or whatever they were. So I was looking at it and I thought, well, I had ordered these from Jersey Girl Stitch Co. See the little squirrel there? So pretty. I thought, well, the colors and everything would be perfect for that. So this was really, I was a fish out of water trying to make this. I'd never done one before. This was not the same as doing one of Vanna's because I was using totally different supplies. This is styrofoam. This was a styrofoam cylinder that was 6 inches around and so many inches tall, and Peter cut down for me. I told him how much I needed cut down. I did use a flannel for the bottom, and I put it across over a comic book cardboard, and then tacked it all the way around. Stiffness. Actually, I think I glued it on the center part, and then tacked it all the way around. I put batting on the inside, 2 thicknesses of 100% cotton batting. And I wrapped it around, and I thought I had it figured out perfectly, but I was like a 1/2 inch or a little bit off. So there's that little rise right there. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I thought, well, why not, use pins and stick them into the side. And these are long quilter pins. And then I used some tatting yarn and, went through and just like a drum would be and tied it up. I used 8 or 9 layers of batting for the top. First a piece of the cardboard, the hard comic book cardboard, and I glued the first layer of batting, and then all the layers were like 1/4 inch or less smaller until I got to this smaller piece on top. And then this piece, I actually attached another piece of batting, basted it all around, so that brought everything in. And then I went around and tacked it all the way around. So I think it turned out pretty cool.
Very nice.
It's not perfect by any means. If I were to do this again, which we always learn by doing.
That's right. Yeah.
I would have attached some stabilizer on this. I would have put that on the batting because I actually used a fabric tape, all the way around, and attached this to the fabric tape, top and bottom, and along the side. But what happened is it got a little bit off, so it kind of rippled. And if I had used the stabilizer like SF101, it wouldn't have done that.
Oh.
So, you learn by doing, but I think it turned out pretty.
I think it turns out beautiful. Yeah, it turned out great.
And it's a big guy. It's pretty substantial.
Yep.
I love Jersey Girls Stitch Co.'s pins. I'll definitely be ordering some more of those. So that's my second.
All right. Wonderful.
FFO.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm amazed. You jump into things, you try things you've never done before, but yet you just go for it. And you make it work.
I don't know if it works the way it's supposed to, but there's more than one way to do things. Right?
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
So, and you never know till you try. So you just try, and if it messes up, then try again.
That's exactly it.
Right?
Yeah, you betcha.
So,
okay. So what do we want to do next year?
Well, how about you have some FOs? You have things that those are whips there, aren't they?
Those are whips. Yeah.
Those
I really don't have any FOs.
Okay. Well, I've got a few FOs.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see them.
Let's see if I can. Okay, the first one I did write down some notes today because I don't mean to be so confused on here, but it's like I'm confused anyway. But when the camera gets on, oh my goodness gracious, words, everything. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So I finished, not fully, but finished all the stitching on the drawn thread, Welcome Autumn. I love this piece. I just think it's so pretty. The squirrel, can y'all see that? And the pumpkin in the center, and then the birds, and just the leaves, the colors, everything. I had seen Niecy Lynn do this, and she's the one that, you know, inspired me to do it. And it was a kit, like we talked about before. I started this on September the 22nd and finished, well, this week, 11/25.
That's right. You got the back stitching done.
Yeah, and this was part of my whip go. So that was nice that I met a goal for whip go for November.
Yeah.
One of my goals for November.
Happy.
Happy. Let me turn this over here. I didn't iron this, so y'all forgive me.
Might wrinkle the camera. There it is. Isn't it pretty?
Welcome Autumn.
Yeah.
I think it turned out really pretty.
I got flowers, and of course you got the squirrel in there.
Yeah.
And acorns.
I love the squirrel. I think the squirrel is my favorite, and the acorns. Well, and the pumpkin. I just think it's really pretty. I'm going to finish it. I've got a frame upstairs that we bought from Goodwill for $3, I think.
There you go. Well, we're big spenders here.
Yeah, and Peter's going to cut it down for me. It needs to be like 3 or 5. I think it's 3 by 15 is what I need. 3 by 15. Yeah, and it's just a wooden frame, but it has kind of that same caramel look to it.
Yeah.
Caramel, caramel, whatever. So I think that will be pretty in it.
Yep. That sure came out pretty. I love them colors.
I think it turned out pretty. And this is the first time I've done what was half roads. This is a half road stitch here. Oops, excuse me. The drawn thread always puts in specialty stitch. The basket right here, those are half roads. I'm not sure if I did them right, but I tried.
Good to me.
Kind of followed the picture.
Really fine.
Yep, and then these are satin stitches on the acorns. Satin stitches, and then three acorns over here. And I really don't mind back stitching. You know, some people say they don't like back stitching, but I really don't mind it. I think it adds a lot of accent and detail.
Mm-hmm.
And since I was a stitcher in the 80s, y'all know, any of you stitchers from the 80s, we had a lot of back stitching. Yeah.
It's going to look so good in that frame.
I think it's going to be pretty.
Yeah. Can't wait to get that fixed up for you.
Yeah, me too. Maybe next week or two.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah.
In your spare time.
For sure, we'll have it to show the next FlossTube, right?
Oh, yeah. Maybe next FlossTube.
Yep.
And then I worked on another Whip Go. Yep, Whip Go 22. I have this, I know y'all remember seeing this Prairie Birds, Prairie Schooler. And I've done 8 of these now. So I am going to go ahead and do the last 2. Mm-hmm. And I think they're in my December Whip Go. Yeah. So I'm going to do this little family right here. And this bluebird. There's bluebirds around this White House. Isn't that a nice birdhouse? But I love the little babies in this nest. You can see them opening their mouths, wanting the worm that Mama's got. So what I was able to get done, hang on just a second, pardon the noise. Let me show you here. This is stitched on 28 count lamb's wool linen with the called for DMC. And I started stitching them in July of last year. But what I did in November was this hummingbird right here. I think he turned out really cute. And the picture shows them, these are all of them, let me show you all of them. The picture shows them finished as pillows. And I had originally thought I would do pillows, and they have pillows hanging on a branch. But I think I want to do flat finished ornaments and hang those on a branch. Gotcha. On that tree. We've got a little tree upstairs that's it's actually, you know, for Christmas, has little white lights on it. But I think you can use it any time of year.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I got an idea.
What's that?
Why don't we go ahead and pause the video here, because we got little twinkle toes running around under the table here, wanting to be fed now. And if you hear that click clack click clack, it's not a train track we're close by. It's just a dog. So hold on a second. I'm gonna pause.
Yeah, we're so used to hearing it. Sorry.
Okay, we're back again.
Hi, y'all.
Here.
We're back.
Sorry about that.
Buddy's been fed. Maybe he won't be clinking around so much.
Fed and watered and good to go.
Yeah, really. Sorry, I hope that wasn't real distracting. Like I said, we're so used to hearing him clumping around, clicking around. That, you know, it's kind of like a baby crying when you have a baby. You know, you don't really notice it that much.
Yeah, well, the noise, train tracks going by, you ignore it after a while there.
Yeah. So anyway, we have a bunch of whips.
We do.
To show y'all.
We do. Okay.
And I think we're gonna alternate, so that way you don't get tired of hearing my voice.
You don't get tired of hearing your voice. You're
more entertaining than I am.
No,
I think I'm the straight man and he's the comedian.
No, I'm not. No. Yeah, well. Okay, so I guess you want me to go first? Is that what you want to do?
You want to.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just dump this out here. I feel like a little boys game here.
Yeah.
All right, I've been busy making some zipper pulls for Kathy's bags. And I got some little pieces of walnut that I had around the shop there. And I made a couple of these little guys. I'll put them up here. I don't know if you can see them there.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah, they're whips because I still got to drill the little holes in the bottom here. And I've had an issue getting my holes drilled straight. I tried to do it by hand. And my drill press that I got out there won't hold little drill bits. So if I try to do it by hand, no matter how accurate or how level I try to play, I'm always doing wrong. So the hole goes in the center here, but sometimes it'll come out off to the side, and that just won't do. So I ordered a new tool that's supposed to help center so I can drill all these fine little holes now, and it'll be absolutely perfect and secure. So this one, this is a snowman who ate too much Thanksgiving turkey. He's a chunky monkey there, yeah. And so that's another one of them. And just a couple of little small ones that I made. These are out of crepe myrtle.
Oh, how
nice
cute.
Little crepe myrtle there. Nice little zipper pulls for bags to be.
Which I need to make some bags. I'm going to get going making bags.
Yep, bags. Oh, yeah, I love to see them bags, especially with material you got up there.
Yeah.
And these guys are neat. Again, I got to do little holes and whatnot in there. And then Kathy asked me, could I make little spools for zipper pulls. So I made, I had a little piece of cherry out there, and I threw these on there and saw what they would look like, and give you that nice red cherry look. And that
cute?
Little small little things that
you could wrap your floss around
them. Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah,
I love them. I love them, especially out of cherry.
So made a couple of those and a few extras there. Whoops, there we go.
And they're not heavy at all.
No, they're really light, so it
lightweight,
doesn't.
But aren't they cute?
Yeah, and it was nice because I actually got a small little tool I use to help cut these with them. I've got another lathe, a small one there, and so that helps out. Beautiful little grain on there. I like these. Well, just throwing things around here.
Yeah.
You see the really grain in the wood there. It's reddish. I don't know how good this is going to come out in the video there, but
it definitely has a red tinge to it.
But a lot of fun making these little things. In fact, I could probably just spend my whole day making these little guys like that, and consequently get nothing else done. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think that's what you need to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So that's my whip.
Yeah, we bought that other lathe when Peter's mom fell back in 21. February 21.
Was it 21? Yeah.
And we had to go and stay quite a bit with her. She lived outside of Charlotte. And we had so much business. We were so busy at that time that we couldn't afford for him to be away because he's the one that's making all the product. So we bought a small lathe for him to put in the basement of Mom's house.
Yeah, set up shop in Mom's basement in there.
Set up shop there. And you did a lot of turning. Filled a lot of orders there. But in between when Mom needed them, there was a bell.
Oh, no, a light.
A light, that's right.
Yeah, her light hooked up to where beside her chair was a little light switch. You would hit the switch and a little light would come on down the cellar where I was at. Yeah. And that way she'd let me know that she's calling, needing me for whatever I had to take care of. So
he would scurry upstairs and do whatever and then come back downstairs. And I think that probably helped your sanity too while you were there.
It did.
It really gave you something creative to do.
It did. Otherwise I'd be sitting around there doing nothing, watching Mom, it's great being there and helping out, but my goodness, I had to do something. So.
Yeah, I had to do something. That's like me. I can't sit still. I mean, I can sit still if I have something in my hands.
Which you do.
Which I do.
Thanks to cross stitching, you always get something.
Something in my hands. Yeah, something in my hands. Anyway, so we're going to swap off.
Swap off. Your turn.
Okay.
Yep.
So my first WIP that I have here in my pile is Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage. And this is a stitch along with Terry and Jamie of Cornhusker State Stitchers. She split it up. I think Jamie split it up into 8 different parts. So if we keep going and we stay on track, we should be able to have it done by December 24th. The hashtag is #ChristmasRulesSal. So it's not too late to join, and these go really fast, and they're a lot of fun because there's only, there's a handful of colors.
There's only so many rules.
Yeah, Christmas rules. I just think it's so cute. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This is how she had it set up. Let me show you that. So each week, there's a little section to do, and it's totally doable. I'm done through week 4, so I need to hop on and get week 5 done with this Build a Snowman. I'm looking forward to getting down there to spread joy. I think that's going to be really pretty and fun. Well, all of them are fun. This is my first Primrose Cottage. And I'm enjoying their charts. They're color charts, and they're just really easy to read. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Stormy Night. Sorry for the noise. And it is right here. I took everything off of the rods. I thought that might be easier to show.
Okay.
So
yeah.
if you can see it okay.
Isn't that pretty?
Christmas rules. Deck the halls, drink hot chocolate, and hang your stocking. Yeah, and this is the called for floss, which I really like. I really like the colors. I don't know how we'll finish it yet, but might be able to board, the same way they did it. But I think it's turning out really cute.
It is. Very nice.
It's turning out really cute, especially on the gray. I think the gray is a nice color.
Now, if we can just get some snow around here outside, we just kind of put the season right here. And
yeah, we're supposed to get up to 70 today.
70 degrees in December. Oh, end of November.
November.
Just is not right here in North Carolina, I tell you.
But I think it is supposed to get cold this week.
I hope so.
I do believe it's supposed to get cold.
It'd be nice if it snowed.
Well, I don't think I mind it as much now because I'm retired. I don't have to get out and drive in it. I don't drive.
You didn't before.
I know. Peter.
I'm the one driving Miss Daisy around before when we had snow.
I do not like driving in the snow. I mean, I would if I absolutely had to. And there's a couple of times, there's been some times where I've had to, but my preference is no. I'm a North Carolina girl, and we don't get that much.
Yeah, she hasn't strayed far from the Carolinas this one.
Yeah.
So. Okay, my turn.
Your turn. I kind of like this taking turns.
Yes, good. Good, yeah. I like this next piece I'm going to show you is another piece which you probably might have seen before, a piece of Western Red Cedar. But I just cut this. This is going to be a spool, and I don't have the holes cut in it yet, or the ends finished, actually. I just got my little plug put in the bottom there. But I wanted to show this because one thing, well, you can't smell it. This is Western Red Cedar, which is different than our Eastern Red Cedar, which actually is much more aromatic in a different kind of way. But this also has a wonderful smell too when I cut it.
It does.
And that
it smells so clean.
Yeah. Also, I didn't put my lines along the edge here like I've been doing here now with my spool to kind of really set off the line here. But what I like about this is the grain that is in this Western Red Cedar. Some of y'all have actually have this wood, perhaps in your home construction. They make mantles and other pieces of decorative type things in homes. What too? It's so nice because they have the knots and these really shine up nice and really
beautiful.
Really look good. It's such a soft wood, and it takes a really different way to cut this than say like a really hard oak or like Osage orange, because this will, if you just barely touch it, it'll nick and flake out on you. Next thing you got chunks flying out and stuff like that because it's a very soft pine. But it's okay to, I mean, as far as the finished project for is handling, holding scissors
Once
or your cross stitch and that kind of thing. But the grain on this is just so absolutely beautiful. I wanted to show you that.
It's beautiful.
And probably have this this will be done certainly before the next show. I'm going to show making sure that's complete if I haven't sold it. But we'll see. This I'm going to make a 3-holer out of this one here.
3 holes would be nice.
3-holer, yeah, that'd be nice. And along in the same group here, this is the idea of making the mini B-Skeps for drawstrings, zipper pulls I should say. I got these little guys right here, which I started cutting these, and really cute little things there. Little hole in the side there and whatnot. And I was going to go drill a hole. I thought I had the bright idea. I had 3 of these all together, and they were all connected in tandem, one right
it was
behind
like
each other.
Lollipop kind of thing.
So I got the bright idea. I said, hey, I'm having trouble drilling straight holes for these things. Why don't I just go ahead and try to drill them while they're all together? I had these 3 happen to be connected.
Oh, it makes sense.
And it was a total disaster.
Oh.
Yeah. So what I had to do now, because I started drilling the holes in these things, I had to actually fill the gap with my solid glue. It really looks ugly there, right there. I know this is a little bit better. But anyway, so I had to fill this up and see all that all my wood paste that I got in there and whatnot. So now I'll shave it all down and polish it all up and look really nice and everything like that. But then again, once I get my new tool, that the hole that I started like right here directly in the center, which was really nice. By the time it got to even this end here with the way that me trying to hold it, it was off enough to know that it is off. So that's going to change when I get my new tool, and then all these other little B-Skeps and things like that I'm making here now.
Pretty shape on that
will
one.
look really nice on the drawstrings. These will shape up really nice
really
here.
Nice,
These are what do they call that? They're dogwood. That's pretty nice. And this one is this one's dogwood too. I guess all 3 of these, they were all the same tree.
So you need to hold these out and show them the next time once you get this all finished.
I will. I'll do that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Is this where the hole came out right
Yep.
here? Oh,
see
my
how
goodness.
often? Yeah. See there, so you can tell. Oh my goodness, yeah. Not gonna pass that one off easy. That's for sure. So I had to fix it. But this is what happens when you work with wood all the time.
Yep.
With stitching there, she can just take the stitches out and redo it again. But once you drill a hole through something in wood, that hole's there.
Yeah.
So the only option you got is to fill it in and make it look like the natural wood and that kind of thing. So it'll look pretty when it's done, and it'll be right. Couple little things. Acorns. We just did get enough. Acorns. We didn't get enough of those things here this year. Here's a piece of an acorn made out of actual oak.
Oak.
This shows how I'm using my little shaping tool there, or my texture tool.
Texturizing.
And then I stained that bottom part there so it looks like the end cap of the acorn.
That is so nice. What color did you use on that? Was it Jacobian?
This was Jacobian, yeah. But this one again too, because this piece I had laying around evidently had a hole in it already from something.
No.
Drilled somehow or another somewhere during one of my projects, but that's okay because I'm gonna fill that up too, and I'll make it look like a knot hole at the top.
How far down does the hole go?
It goes down to right about here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's significant enough. I couldn't make it smaller and make it look any good, but it's such a nice piece of oak, and I didn't want to waste it, so I'll turn that into make that into look like a knot, and finish that off, as well as this little piece right here, which I'm not really sure. I think this is what do you call it? Sycamore.
Yeah, sycamore.
But I did the same thing with this. I just in the shape of an acorn. Of course, I obviously got to finish the top, and this one it doesn't have the hole in it yet. That's just that little indent is there is where it was on my lathe. But what I'm going to do with some of these things here, and I'll show you later. Maybe I should wait and tell what I'm going to do with those. But, okay, all right. So
what I'd like to see you do is make some zipper pulls out of these. Make some little bitty acorns.
Little bitty acorns. Okay, all right.
You think you could do that?
Oh yeah, I no doubt I can do that. Yeah, just something else I got to get to there. But this has funny little like spalting or something in it there too.
It does.
But it's otherwise a blonde wood, very hard wood. Gets a nice grain, which I don't know if you can really see.
Once you get that finished, that'll really come out.
Oh yeah, it'll be really nice there. So that's my second whip.
Second whip. Okay, so I have another whip. Whip. And this is. No, excuse me. Hang on just a second. Oh, I haven't been showing the floss.
You did this the last time too.
Maybe one of these days, after about FlossTube number 50, I might get everything. The way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, this is the floss. And this is for Jeanette Douglas's mini bouquet stitch along monthly sale. And there's even more to put on here. This is through Floss through November. Aren't those pretty colors? Oh, I just love them.
Very nice indeed.
Anyway, so this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. She designed this as a free stitch along, and she's been doing this since January. How very gracious of her and kind. And everyone is month themed, you know, like the tomatoes and the pineapples and the poinsettias for December and the acorns for November and the sunflowers for October.
It's October, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the one I got through October. I'm stitching this. Of course, I started in January with the stitch along. The hashtag is 2022 Sal Bouquets. Oops, sorry. I'm stitching this on R&R Star Hollows Blend 36 count with the DMC conversion. I couldn't really afford to do all of the overdyes for that because you see how many flosses those are.
Lots and lots and lots.
This is the whole thing.
Here, hold it up for you so you can talk.
Okay, this is the whole thing. I just love it. I think it's so beautiful.
Beautiful colors.
And this is October. That's the one that I just finished. But I'd like y'all's opinion if you think that white basket, that was the call for, I think, or I might have messed up. But what do you think? You think I should rip that white basket out and maybe go with the darker up top here for the bottom?
Or can you interweave some other color with it?
Well, it's over one. I mean, it's one strand over two, so it might stick out a little bit.
Because it looks like it's got these horizontal lines going through it here that you could put a line
I could
through.
weave or something. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I would, decide. Y'all let me know what you think I should do. In the camera here, it seems like it shows up better than it does in person. Which that seems like the opposite of how things normally go.
Yeah, I know. At least in our case.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm really enjoying stitching on this. I hope to get November's done and then pick up December 1st, and she's going to have these available through the end of the year, and then it's not going to be available anymore, at least not free. So you need to go to her blog and download it if you're interested in doing it. It's beautiful.
Many hours of happy stitching.
Really, I mean, and it's not a huge stitch, so it's something you can do in a day or two, and I don't know, that's just very enjoyable to me. Plus, you kind of, every month it's something like February, it's hearts, and I just think it's very pretty. Tomatoes. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Sorry for the noise here.
Oh, it's okay. Make noise.
Make noise. Be happy. I just want to put everything back, because if I don't, it's not telling where it'll end up.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I'll be looking everywhere for it.
Very good. Okay. Back to me.
Back to you.
Okay, all right.
Go, Peter.
I've had so many little things going on here now. I needed a new tool to work with here in terms of where to put everything. So yesterday I was working out in the garage and I didn't have any place to put these things I needed to, as I put finish on them. So what I did was I raided the refrigerator. And there's my new fancy tool to hold stuff there. Yeah. Otherwise known as an egg carton.
Hey, it works.
How about that? Yeah. And it does work out real good because all these things, like here's some little acorns here. And I had to put them in there like that because they're still, these bottoms are a little tacky. I put some oil on there. This is a nice piece of oak. Nice long daddy here too. Ooh, I almost dropped him. Yeah. Then
slippery feller.
Slippery, yeah. So I had to put them in upside down inside my fancy holder here to get a look at it. There's another little fat boy right there.
I like that one. That's pretty. Is that maple?
This one here is yes, it's maple. Yeah. Yeah.
I really like that one. That's pretty.
No, that's oak. That's oak. I'm sorry.
That's oak.
Yeah, that particular one is oak. So I have several of these mixture of oak and
I probably don't want to
oak
handle it
ones too. I know you get that stinky.
I do. I always
oil.
stick my fingers in that door.
Oil smells good actually, but I just not to ingest it. But anyway, there's going to be another acorn here for a. This is maple for a.
With the live edge.
With a live edge for
and that fits the smaller scissors well. The really small.
I might modify that whole.
Might have to modify just a little bit.
Yeah, not too much. And another idea. Cut a piece of Osage orange too. Now this is some pretty wood right here. Let me tell you.
Isn't that pretty? Whoops.
And very hard, thankfully. Hey, butterfingers I am. This is nice. Love the smell of this wood when you're cutting it and when you're burning it. Wow, is it ever good? You never think you get different kind of woods have different kind of smells. You might not think that, but I tell you, really, I can identify these different woods now by the way they smell. It's a really incredible thing.
That's pretty.
One thing I did want to mention is that these little acorns that I'm making here, these are not for scissor pulls and they're not for zipper pulls or scissor holders. What I'm going to do is either on the top or the bottom, I'm not really sure which here, but I can make these little rings that I can stick on there or stick in there and put a ribbon on there, and these are going to be for Christmas ornaments.
I wonder what would look better, top or bottom.
I don't know which one would look better, but I've got this decorative wire that I can pull and twist and make the little round thing for either the hook to go through, or I'm thinking in this case for a ribbon, and these will look really nice hanging from the Christmas tree. I think, of course, acorns hanging from a pine tree and
kind
Christmas.
Of like that from the bottom.
Maybe like that. Maybe hanging from the bottom.
That's how they hang in the tree, right?
Sometimes they're in a cluster. Sometimes they're pointing this way and that way and every way. But
I mean, this part is out, right?
Yeah, that part's out. Yeah. So these are going to be Christmas ornaments, and hopefully
isn't that cute?
I'll be getting these done this week and making many more for gifts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll add a little extra when somebody orders something else from us. We'll send you a little surprise gift there. We like to try to do that if we can.
Yeah, we try to send a little something along.
Yeah. So we got acorn scissor
That'll be a scissor holder.
That'll be a scissor holder. Nice piece of maple right there, live edge. So, but the main thing I just want to show you my really fancy and expensive item holder here. So you got to use what you got there.
Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose.
I like
so
that.
Now you're duly impressed, I'm sure. I'll turn it back to Kathy.
I like that. I've got one more whip as far as cross stitch goes.
Okay, wonderful.
And this is The Joyful World by Snowflower Diaries.
How about that?
I just about finished with it.
Don't forget your floss. There you go.
Here's my floss. Here's my floss. And I did this. I had these large thread drops from Christina of Siggy's Closet. She sends this when you get a thread bling. That's not what you call it, but anyway. So, and I really like it because you can copy it and put your floss on there, and it's easy to see. So these are the flosses that I'm using for the Snowflower Diaries, at least for August. That's the one I'm working on. And they're all DMC.
Pretty.
And oh, did I get here? I'm coming. Hang on. I'm coming.
All right.
This is a 12-part monthly sale that was from 2016. It's free, and it's on her blog, Snowflower Diaries. And if anybody wants to know, matter of fact, I'll probably put the link down below in the drop-down information description for you guys if you're interested. I'm stitching this on 36 count sparkling grape by Grace Notes fabric, and I'm doing. I started with August, because it reminded us so much of our dog Nellie. And this is August right here. Isn't that cute?
We had a border collie look like that.
She looked just like that. Oh. So, this is how far I've gotten. Which I've gotten all the stitching done according to the chart. I did make one change. You see that the eyes of this border collie that has the white all the way around. That's the way Nellie was. And we're going to insert a picture here for you guys so you can see when she got really excited about something. She was like that. And her eyes got really big, and you could see the white all the way around. Matter of fact, we were telling some folks yesterday, I can't remember, I think it was yesterday, about we used to have birds. We had a parakeet and a cockatiel, and Charlie was our parakeet, and actually Charlie was a girl, and she was a character. I mean, she would fly. She was the bossiest little bird I've ever met in my life.
So fierce,
so bossy. She would boss our cockatiel around, kick him out of his cage. They both had different cages. But she would go over in his cage and get all his food, and the stuff that she didn't like, she would kick out.
Kick it out. Throw it on the floor. What an ant.
And we had a bunch of perches, really nice big perches in his cage. And she would relegate one of the tiniest little perches to him.
The only one.
And if he got
big bird on a little thing about 2 inches long, and here she is on this big old log.
But anyway, what I was telling you is... you know, they used to fly around, and Nellie was enthralled with Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
And Pepper, too. Pepper was the cocktail, but mostly Charlie. And she would watch every movement. And Charlie flew through close to her one day, and Nellie jumped up and grabbed her in her mouth. Nellie was sitting there, and her eyes were wide open, and she was like... I mean, it looked like a cartoon character, you know, with her lips, her cheeks out, and she opened her mouth, and Charlie flew out, and Nellie was like, "Oh, what was that?
She didn't know what to do." Yeah.
So anyway, that's Nellie with the white around her eyes and her surprise. She was a funny dog.
Yeah, she was.
But anyway, the only thing that I've got left to stitch on this, and I'm going to use this blue floss right here, is she used to walk around with this blue handball.
Yep.
And she would, you know, squish. So I've got to do either over here or over here, her blue ball.
That was Nellie's bubble gum.
Nellie's bubble gum. She was so funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll show y'all that.
Eyes get so big, looked like the old, was it NESTLES commercial there?
Yeah.
The big eyes and cross-eyed looking. Yeah.
He said, NESTLES, Nestle makes the very best chocolate. And then the dog, it was a puppet dog.
Yeah.
Farfel was his name.
You're probably going to get sued by copyright laws now. But
anyway. They don't have that commercial anymore. But anyway, I do want to do every one of these. I just, you know, everything in its time, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got a lot of things to do.
Got a lot of things to do. I just dropped my card.
You go get it? Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Excuse us while she makes an exit there to
I'll get them in a little bit.
There you
okay, so that was Joyful World. Oh, and there is a hashtag. Is hashtag Joyful World Sal.
Sal. Stitch along.
Stitch along. Have you got any more? Oops.
No, I think that's it. That's all I got for my...
Okay, well that's all my cross stitch whips, but I've got a quilt.
Okay, let's see it.
Quilt whip. I'll move my coffee cup over here.
Yeah, putting safety zone far away from her.
Move that and move this over here. Oh, this is kind of heavy. Okay,
Can't help you.
Huh?
Can't help you here.
Okay, I got lots of stuff here. I got another block done on... Uh-oh, I didn't bring the quilt pattern. Oh yeah, I did. Right. It's my Firm Foundation quilt by Wandering Path. This pattern calls for 2 panels. I'm just using 1 panel because I want a smaller quilt. I want a wall hanging. I'm going to do it 2 by 3. So it'll be 2 across and 3 down because I have 6. And I have made just a little bit of change in this in that I increased the pattern length to 12.5 inches to accommodate all of the words in the hymns that are done. And this has come thou fount of every blessing. We just sang that this morning.
We did, as a matter of fact.
In church.
Yeah.
Yep. And I told y'all last time that I had told you incorrectly before that these were Missouri stars. They're not their Ohio stars. And it's funny how, I don't know if y'all are like this, but I have to relearn things. You know, when I do something and it's several years before I do it again, it takes me a while to remember, you know, how to do it. So in the first block that I made, I followed the instructions in the pattern for the Ohio stars. And I thought, this is crazy. I know there's a better way to do this, you know, but I couldn't remember what it was. So I finally remembered that it's so easy. You know, and I said the last time that Missouri star blocks were easier than Ohio stars. They're not. It's about the same. You know, one is flying geese in the Missouri star. Matter of fact, I've got one here. This is one that Peter painted. This is a Missouri star quilt block. And you can see that all the sides, each one is a flying geese.
I didn't even know what it was at the time.
Pinwheel in the center. But didn't Peter do a nice job of that?
Well.
I've got this in my quilt room upstairs. And then this one is an Ohio star.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! And it matches.
How about that? I didn't know that at the time either.
No, you just picked patterns.
Yeah.
And or blocks and decided to paint them, which you did a lovely job.
You said that's so easy, huh? Is that S-E-W easy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But anyway, what you do is you take the size finished block you want of this block and you add 1 1/4 inches. I went up just a little bit more. And then you cut for each block, each 2 blocks, 2 squares. One of the background fabric and one of the accent fabric. And then you mark, you know, it's a square, and you mark diagonally 2 lines, and you stitch on those 2 lines, and then you cut it, and then you've got 2 half square triangles. You press those, button them up together with right sides together, and mark again diagonally 2 lines, and stitch on that, and you get this, which is the hourglass block. This is an hourglass block. I told y'all, you know, my mind, like I said, it goes when I get in front of the camera here. So this is actually an hourglass block. But see how nice they turned out? I thought they were really pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful. So
I've got 4 more of these to do, and I'm really enjoying them. And of course, you know, I use all kinds of tools. One of these are finished, or these aren't finished. These are, you square them up to 2 1/2 inches. These hourglass blocks. So you square them to 2 1/2 inches. And then these are 2 1/2 inch squares here and a 2 1/2 inch square. So what I did to really make it simple for trimming those up, because they are a little bit larger, is I've got a 2 1/2 inch square. And it already comes with 1 diagonal line. So with my marker, a permanent marker, I just did the other. And that fits perfectly in the center of that hourglass block.
Nice.
And I use these, which, you know, anytime there's a good hint, you know, for something, these true grips, I don't know if y'all have used these for your rulers. These work great. They keep your ruler from sliding. And even though these rulers have a little texture on the back, they still slip. But if you use these, you know, that holds it tight. So you can get a perfect square. So.
Very good.
That was a lot of fun.
I can't wait to see that quilt when it's finished and done. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, yes. I've got 4 more blocks to do. And I have in mind, I'm not going to follow the pattern. I have in mind something. I'm not going to tell them what it is yet because I want to see if it's going to
She always
work.
has something in mind. It always works out.
I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping it will. So anyway, we'll find out.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And speaking of Peter's paintings, I don't know if y'all have noticed something behind us here.
Oh. One of my first adventures into doing a still painting there. Yeah, still life. Yeah, so a little bottle of vino and a book. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
All it's missing is a piece of cheese.
Oh yeah.
The glass is sadly empty, but nah. Anyway, it's fun to do.
Well, I mean, you've got the vino behind it. All you have to do is pour it in.
That's right. Yeah, so good vintage.
Yeah.
Kathy went and got a really nice frame. That frame, she had it framed for me there.
I had that framed. Yeah, well, I
beautiful.
wanted something really nice for that. I thought the gold,
Yeah,
really accented it pretty.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I forgot to tell you, I walked into a friend's house. One of my former neighbors, she had a bunch of us over. We try to get together once a month. I don't always make it, but anyway, Claudia had us over last year, and walked into her dining room, and she had that painting hanging in her.
Oh, really?
I said, Claudia, did you take the class? There was a lady in Wake Forest that teaches. Mary Benacham.
Yeah. That's the first thing they started us out on was that the still. Yeah. So.
But yours was prettier.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So we are down to. I wanted to share a Happy Meal. We have our first Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got this beautiful card from Heather Ellis, and I just was really thrilled. Heather had won a giveaway, Prairie Schooler Santa from us, and excuse us. And she actually lives in Canada, so I was really appreciative of this beautiful card. Thank you, Heather. We appreciate it so much. That dog is darling.
Thank you so much.
And you wrote just a wonderful, wonderful thing in it. So thank you. That's our first Happy Meal.
How about that?
I guess I've been calling everything Happy Meal, but I found out that Happy Meal is actually when you receive something from somebody else.
Well, you're still happy when you get something in the mail.
And then, haul, I'm happy with.
The haul, it's haul. Happy haul. That's what you call it.
Yeah. So I did get some haul in. I want to share a few things with you. I got my monthly Fat Quarter Shop Floss Fix, which is Classic Colorworks, and this is what does she call it? Salmon orange. Isn't that pretty? You see that? Although it's getting washed out from the light. There we go. And then I got my monthly Vicki Clayton silks in, and these are the variegated flosses, and they are beautiful. Are they pretty?
Very pretty.
Very pretty. So I got that. I did go ahead and order a 2023 book of days, which I've never kept up with anything like I have this book of days.
Yep. And
it's so nice it's great to be able to go back and see, oh, when did I start that? I can't remember. And you can see it because you put it on your book of days. Or when did I finish that? Or did I FFO that? When did I FFO it? And then it's there. When did I do a floss tube? You've got that information. So this is just beautiful. And I'm going to do like Sherry has done, Colorado cross stitcher. And she took it to Staples, I think it was, and had them bind it, with the ring, the spiral, had it spiral bound. And she had pages inserted. I think what I would like to do is have 12 inserts for the month, and have January, February, so it would be easier to flip through. And then also have some pages added to the back, which there's a little bit in the back, but no, not really. I thought there was some, but anyway, book of days.
There you go.
You're available now. I got 2 of my monthly fabric of the month. This was the Color and Cotton Sea Glass, which is really pretty.
It really does look like the ocean water there.
Isn't that pretty?
It is. Yeah.
Is that more accurate?
I think it's about as close as it's going to get. Yeah. Looks about like it. Yeah.
It's very pretty. Yeah, that's getting washed out.
The closer we get to that.
My Peace and Patience, one of those is on this. Or not on the exact color, but it's very similar to it. Yeah. The Little House Needleworks. I'm glad I got that. And then I got Grace Notes fabric monthly, fabric of the month, that she sent a breast cancer survivor sticker, which I am that. Praise God.
Amen.
And this is called Egyptian Licorice Tea, 36 count fat quarter.
Looks kind of greenish in the thing, but it's more
gray
though,
it is
isn't
gray.
it?
Yeah, it is definitely gray.
Nice design.
It might be green because of the green wall and my green shirt, and
The light.
The light, yeah. But anyway, it's very pretty.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm going to enjoy, these floss fabric of the month as long as I can. I'm getting a pretty good stash.
Yeah. To keep you busy for a good long while there.
Yeah. And then last time I told you I wanted to get a couple more of the Little House Needleworks. This is, I covered them up. This is Love. Isn't that cute? And I did go ahead, I didn't think I was going to, but I did go ahead and get the buttons. This has a little flower with it. So I got that. I got the little bird for, I actually got 2 of those. I am bad. But maybe I can use that for something else. But this is the little sheep virtues, the piece, the one that goes on piece. It's the little bird. Real cute.
Tweet, tweet.
And this is the heart that goes on patience. And I like this one. This is joyfulness. Which, look at the little sheep dancing.
Yeah,
skipping.
Look at that. Yeah, check it out.
Isn't that cute?
Little fluff ball there.
Yeah, a little fluff ball with a star in the middle.
On the side there.
On the side. And it comes with these little, well, it didn't come, but I ordered the little snowflake buttons. I guess those are snowflake buttons.
Yeah, it's supposed to be snow.
Yeah. And then the last one, so I did go ahead and get a few more.
Oh, well, what do you know?
Well, this is my takeover to Barbara Stitch.
Yeah.
This is Kindness. Which I like that. The 2 sheep together and then the 2 blackbirds.
Very nice, very nice.
And then these little blackbirds that go with.
Blackbird.
Yep. You doing okay?
Yep, doing well.
Okay.
I'm still alive and kicking, staying awake.
Okay, wonderful. And then one more thing. And this is.
What's this?
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm thinking if my Wandering Path, my quilt turns out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It will.
The firm foundation, then I might make one for a friend.
That's right, a friend.
Yeah,
we won't say who.
Friend. Yeah, we won't say who.
It's going to be a surprise. Yeah, that's right.
One day they came over, one night they came over for dinner, and she saw it upstairs, and she was, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah. So this has more of the hymns on it.
Butterfingers there.
So I just got one panel. Great is thy faithfulness. And the colors are consistent. This has a little bit more of the mustardy color, but it still has the blues and the kind of turquoise and pink.
Yep.
This is the day, I love this one, the Lord has made.
I will rejoice.
Yep. Yep. Oh, for grace to trust him more. Mm-hmm. 'Tis so sweet, trust in Jesus.
Well, that's a nice one right there.
I think it's nice. And that's for a future project if this one works out well.
Oh, it will, I'm sure. I have no doubt.
They're building I'm not going to say who, but building a new house.
If they're watching this now, they know. Ay, ay, ay.
And then this goes along with, I went ahead and got 2 yards of this too. And it's not showing up right. The color is not showing up right in that.
It's more copper. It's supposed to be copper.
Yeah.
Looks like brown.
I know. This is more copperish, kind of caramel.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with brown, but in life, it's copper.
It's very pretty, isn't
but
it?
I like the scripture on there.
Has scripture.
Songs.
Hymns.
Hymns,
yeah,
rather. Which are based upon scripture.
So that's my haul.
Very nice.
For a future project.
Very nice, very nice.
Sometimes, with quilting fabric, if you don't get it when you see it, then you're not going to get it.
Yep, that's right.
It's going to be gone. Anyway, I got that from the Old Country Store. They had a really good sale. So I bought it from the oldcountrystore.com. I've bought from them many times, and they have great service. They get stuff to you quick, really quick. And I think they're in Missouri.
Was it the show? It
doesn't say, does it?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but anyway, they're not local. I know that.
Not to us. They're local to somebody.
Local to somebody. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, what's next? Plans.
Plans. I got one plan.
You got one plan? Okay.
Yeah. I've been sitting out in my garage now for several months. It's an old piece of pecan that I had resurrected from somewhere.
Oh, pretty.
And I put a little. It really looks ugly right now, but it was actually in two halves. So I glued it together and put that nice blonde piece of veneer through it there, so that I think I'll turn this into a nice little vase, and it'll have that little blonde veneer going through the center of it there. So hopefully, maybe the next time that we do it, I'll have a FFO to show you of a nice little piece of pecan wood vase.
I can't wait to see that. Yeah. Pecan wood is beautiful. We used to make, I still do some, but we used to make a lot of skeps out of pecan.
Yeah. I think, I'm losing my mind here, too, because actually this is not pecan.
Oh.
It's a cherry.
Oh, that's
So
cherry?
that's part of that really, really, really old cherry tree that,
is this part of
Dawn gave me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought it was pecan, but that's cherry.
That's
right?
cherry?
It's old cherry, wild cherry.
That's going to be, that's what those three
So
up there are.
It's going to be a real pretty thing. And it's quite heavy as well, too. Yeah.
Oh, my, yeah.
Yeah, so, but of course all of that's going to be gone. Make a nice little vase. I'm going to make a vase out of this. I think it'll look really nice. So.
I can't wait to see it.
I've had a chance to really turn a big thing here lately with everything else I got going on. So this is going to be a fun project to do.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what the plan is.
That's what your plans.
My plan. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Well, my plans are to get we'll go 2022 finished for December. Christmas garden. I've got that left for November, and then to do, start on the last little bit. And I don't have my book with me. I think it's Prairie Schooler birds and a forest screw. And a forest screw. Yeah, and I've fallen off the wagon on my. My 60 minute stitch.
Yes.
Psalm 60
Psalm
stitch.
60,
Yeah, I think I did it one time last week. So last week was kind of busy, with the holidays and everything. But I want to get back on it, and it is on my whip go for December. So that's going to give me, some more with that. Then I want to plan whip go 23.
There you go.
I'm not
it's
sure.
Be right around the corner.
Yeah,
here.
right around the corner. So I need to get that ready for January 1st.
Yes, indeed.
I'd like to pick a birthday start.
For
December the 10th. I've never done a birthday start before, so I want to go through and pick out something for that. And if y'all have any suggestions, let me know. And then,
special birthday right there.
Excuse me. And then, well, special, I don't know. Well, it's not the big 7-0 yet.
Yeah, birthday girl.
It's not the big 7-0 yet.
No, but still.
Yeah, another year before I hit that big 7-0. Oh, no, golly, I don't feel that. Physically, maybe I do. Anyway, then I want to work on block 3 of the firm foundation. So that's my plans.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And to get our Christmas tree decorated and some of the decorations out.
That too. We got our tree down already. Got it fluffed out. Lights on.
Lights are on.
But no decorations yet.
Right. So we've got to get the decorations out and figure out where we're going to put stuff. And we had to move Buddy's bed. So.
Yeah, we just.
He doesn't really get on it anyway.
Bed. So comfortable. So nice.
Excuse
Dogs wish they had such a bed to sleep on.
I know.
And he does. Unless this one here makes him lay down on it, he'll go lay down on the floor.
Yeah.
What a dog.
Yeah. Well, he likes his rug, his padded rug that I've made for him. I wanted to share with y'all an organizational tip too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
And I was going to do this last FlossTube, but I couldn't find where we had bought these bins. And I wanted to have that so I can give you that information. I don't want to show you something unless I can tell you, yes, this is available, or where you can go get it, because you might want to do it. But anyway, I had all of these, or I was getting, crewing Vicki Clayton silks. and I just didn't have a really good place to store them, you know, where I could get to them easily. And Peter had found this for me back, let's see, when was it?
I don't know, a while ago.
It was back in February.
That long ago?
February of this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I found the invoice.
How about that?
Yeah,
Well, the invoice don't lie.
And anyway, it's a bin, and you can use it. It came from an art store, Blick.
I remember that, Blick, yeah.
Art supplies. Came from an art supply store. And I've got 2 of them here, and they're pretty heavy. But there's 30 compartments in each one. They're stackable. And they can also be mounted on the wall. See back here, sorry about that. Let's see. So you can be mounted on the wall, which I would like to have done.
Yep.
Hint, hint.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay. So
I guess I heard that one.
yeah. So Vicki has all of her regular flosses, which are numbered, and they're 1,000 to 5,000. So this first section is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 going across. And of course, you know, you see I've got quite a few, but then I've got a long ways to go. And then her variegated flosses are named. All of them have names, but variegated flosses don't have numbers. So I did A through Z. And I'm just, 6 will fit in nicely. And these, they stop, you know, they'll come out so far and then they stop. So they won't fall out, but then you can also take them out.
Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah, so you can use them for floss, you can use them for, you know, the silk floss, you can use them for DMC.
Yep.
You can use them for beads. There's just
Artbin.com.
yeah, very, very versatile and very, very reasonable.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, so it's artbin.com.
We'll put a link in that down below as well,
We'll
too.
put a link in that below.
So you'll have that.
And you could get as many as you needed. Peter ordered me 2, so that was 60 slots, which is pretty good. And at that time, of course, the price might have gone up now. They were $29.51 per bin, which is pretty reasonable. And then I've got this in my upstairs in my quilting space in the closet. There's shelves in there, and one of these days I'll do a tour if I ever get it cleaned up enough so I can let y'all see it. And then so I've got this on a shelf, and then I've got my index hanging on a hook. And this, you can get this index from Vicki Clayton's website that gives you the floss conversions from DMC to her floss. She also has, and I need to print, the conversion for the overdyes.
Wow.
For her variegated floss.
It's a lot of information to put together.
A lot of information. I love this kind of stuff. I love organizing. And it's just, you know, so every month when I get my 2 different packs in, I can just plop them right in.
Yep.
And see how nicely they fit. And I can see the name and the number.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the greens are together. And that seems to be how she's doing it here. Yep. Anyway, it's Blick Art Materials, artbin.com.
Blick Art Materials.
Blick Art Materials.
Very
I'm
good.
so glad. I keep all my receipts, which is kind of crazy, but then, you know, that's how I found this.
Exactly, yeah. It's a good thing you had that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because me, I'd have lost it a long
I don't
time
want you to
ago.
go through that bin that I've got all my receipts.
Okay. All right.
All right. So,
you were going to talk about those things, ain't you?
shop news. Well, okay, we've got a few floss tubers who wanted to call out.
Oh, yes.
Of course, you know, I watched so many, I can't, there's no way I can name all of them. But just yesterday I watched Brenda Handwork Maniac. I enjoy watching her. She does some really different stitches, and she does some big stitches. She's very proficient in what she does. A year and a half ago, I watched one of her videos, and she was talking about the artesian designs, lap stands, and floor stands. And that's where I found out about that. She did like a little demo about it. And I ordered one of the Elan lap stands. Remember? Actually, you ordered it for me for Christmas.
I did, yeah.
But back then, and there's still a wait, but back then there was a long wait.
Oh, my.
It was worth it.
Didn't think it was ever going to get here. But it did. It's beautiful.
It was so worth it. I mean, I love using those. I've got one that I bought, or that you got for me for Christmas. One I found on stash unload at really good price. So I've got those 2 upstairs that I use for my big stitch, and then I've got the floor stand down here.
It does quality work, very quality.
Yeah, so thank you, Brenda, for I don't know if you watch this or not, but maybe I can, if I tag you, I want to thank you for letting us know about that and doing the demo. I watched Judy Whitman, JBW Designs. I love watching her. She's so creative. She does some beautiful, beautiful designs. She really does. And that's the one that's my Red Rooster sampler.
Oh, okay. All right. Didn't know that.
Yeah, and she did a great tutorial. One of you guys had told me about it, a tutorial for making cording. And she really simplified it and just showed it and did it right there. And I think I can actually do it now. So
sweet.
Of course, I watched Olivia. I always try to catch Olivia every other week when she does. She's pumpkin hollow quilts, and she does beautiful stitching, and we have a lot of the same taste. And she's a wonderful quilter, and she does long arming too. And then Becca with Sambry Stitches, she's doing all kinds of reproduction samplers, and she started doing that, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. So I enjoy watching Becca.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah. So now we have some shop news. Have you got some shop news?
I got no shop news.
Got no shop news.
No,
okay.
You got shop news.
Well, one thing, I wanted to show y'all. I had ordered this pair of scissors back, I don't know, a month or so ago, and it's a pair of Premax 3.5-inch scissors. They're made in Italy. They're just beautiful. The weight of them is amazing. They're curved. I got the ones that were curved. Can you see that? And I didn't know if they would work in our Skeps or scissor holders. They don't work in the 1/4-inch hole, but in the 3/8-inch hole they work beautifully.
Yeah, just to show them a 1/4-inch hole here.
Yeah.
There's a 1/4-inch hole. Now I can modify that a little bit so that might
work, but it's just kind of whoopy. So
Yeah,
I like the way it fits better down in that.
Yeah.
Also wanted to let you know that in the 3/8-inch hole, the Kohana scissors fit very well. They will not fit in the 1/4-inch hole.
There you go.
I mean, they fit, but they're kind of just a little too wobbly for me.
Yeah, but I can always widen that hole up as well too to accommodate just the end for that part there as well.
Right.
So
that's a nice snug fit, more secure. Because one thing about scissors, I know with my ginkers, I've dropped them one time. My seamstress scissors. Once you drop them, they get out of line, and they just don't work well anymore. So I want to, I don't want to drop my scissors if I can help it.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. But that's why I said I can make the holes bigger.
Yeah. And I try to put in all of the items that are on Etsy that have a 1/4-inch hole, that if you would like a 3/8-inch hole, just to let us know. We've had several customers that have done that, requested it, and we have no problem. You have no problem at all in drilling a bigger hole.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that your scissors fit and that you're happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let us know if you see one. The majority of what you're doing right now is a 1/4-inch.
Yeah.
Right?
Like this guy right here.
Yeah.
1/4-inch hole.
Which works great for these. I mean, yeah. Those are the Bowen. These are the. I love these scissors. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what these are. These are the Dovos, 3.5-inch Dovos. Oh, you talk about a sharp. I mean, you can get just right up to the edge of your floss on that. So, if you get one and you need the bigger hole, just let us know. Also, I wanted to mention the mini. I think there's been some confusion, and I can understand, because pictures, it's hard to tell the actual size of things. I mean, it's just kind of deceiving, and we don't mean to be deceiving at all. We always put measurements in our descriptions. This is a mini Skep. This is a standard Skep, so you can see the difference in them. And what we have started to do is in the last picture, or one of the pictures, where we've got multiple pictures of items is to stand a ruler beside the item. So you can get a visualization of how tall it is. So we don't want you to order something thinking you're getting a bit bigger item.
Yeah, see that one right there is what, about an inch and...
Two inches?
Not quite 2 inches.
Not quite 2 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, for those little mini ones like that, for your really fine scissors, they're small. Now that's obviously a big one. That's about 4 inches there. No, 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
But that extra inch and a half or inch and 3/4 makes a big difference.
It does in
plus
weight,
the width.
for sure. Yeah.
And this one is even,
Yep.
taller.
Yep.
So.
It's one of the first ones I made there out of maple. Doesn't have a bee hole in it.
Yeah, that's curly maple.
Curly
you
maple.
You made that, and I said, no, I don't want that. That's mine. So anyway, we just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit, so there wouldn't be, try to eliminate any confusion or misunderstanding, so you know what you're getting, and you're happy. We want you to be happy with what you're getting.
That's the...
and satisfied. And we also, in our items that we sell on Etsy, we have a return policy. We absolutely have a return policy. If you're not happy, let us know. Send it back. We'll replace it. We'll send you what you want.
Yep.
Okay?
We will. Yeah. So. Very good. Very good.
Very good. I think that's it, except for a blessing.
Okay. All right.
And we didn't mean to keep y'all so long today. It's really hard to put all this in just an hour. I don't know how folks do it.
Yeah, I know. Time just flies right by. When you got to stop to feed the dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, the scripture I want to share with you comes out of Acts, the book of Acts, chapter 4, verses 11 and 12. It says, "This one is the stone that was rejected by you, the builders, that has become the cornerstone. And there is salvation in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven that is given among people by which we must be saved." And that cornerstone is our Lord Jesus Christ. We pray that He would bless you richly this week. Thank you again for being with us and putting up with our silliness. Yeah. This is so much fun. We love you and wish many blessings upon you this holiday season.
Yes. And many happy stitches, y'all.
Happy stitches. Bye, guys.
Bye.